I will show you examples of Yosumiro played in actual professional games. First, we will look at some simple examples, which are quite easy to understand even for cue players. And then the next part will include some amazing probes not even every professional can find. This example is a game between two Japanese 9-dans, Ishii Kunio and Koyama Yasuo. White has a Moyo in the center, and White would like to press Black down, getting some Sente moves from the outside. We probably cannot call this technique Yosumiro yet. Yosumiro will come a little later. Black defended, White played a wedge, and a fairly standard shape emerged. You've probably encountered this in your games. Black is all solid here. That is, we see that here we cannot cut Black or separate it into parts, but we can cut like this as a Yosumiro, as a probing maneuver. We cut and ask how Black will react to this move. If Black takes the stone from this side, then the stone is dead. That is, White naturally cannot save it, but White can play Hane, extend, and since White always has this Atari later, it'll be much easier for White to cut here. In the game, in response to this cut, Black responded differently. And the next move is very interesting, and if you don't know that such a move exists, it's impossible to find it in the game. What would you do? In the game, White played here. And this is a very beautiful technique. It means that White wants to sacrifice some stones and at the same time get a powerful wall outside. I think that many of you suggested a simple connection for White. But then Black, there's a ladder here, but Black can extend. And after this move, for example, make such an exchange, or maybe even cut from this side, and as a result steal the Sente. That is, nothing threatens Black in this shape. Black has Sente. If White blocks from this side, this is a big endgame move in itself, but there is no threat here either. Black has Sente. But in the game White played here, we sacrifice our stones and see how Black is going to capture them. If Black connects, then this move becomes Sente. And one more move outside also becomes Sente. White's task is complete. And if Black captures the stone like this, then White gets this Atari for free. Black's territory below remains the same. This is a turtle shell shape, which, as the proverb says, is worth 60 points, but here it doesn't apply. White didn't give anything, and then White can, for example, take control of the center with this sort of move. White built a very powerful thickness in Sente for free. So here we have a standard Yosumiro technique. In order to check from which side Black will defend, and get either thickness in the center, or to protect yourself from cutting in Sente. I apologize if the previous example was too hard. I will show you a slightly easier example now. It's a game between two legendary Japanese masters, Sakata Eyo and Takagawa. Sakata played White. And all our attention is on the right side of the board. White has a weak group at the top and an unstable stone on the right. That is, if we don't use any Yosumiro technique, then White might think of simply making a base. But even in this situation, two White groups are still weak. In the game, Sakata played here. And this is a classic Yosumiro. It's a move that asks what Black will give us. If Black plays here, for example, then it will be much easier for White to live inside. And if White lives, then Black will lose all the territory, and maybe even the entire Black group will come under attack. Therefore, in response to this move, Takagawa played here. This is Yosumiro number 1. There will be several of them in a row. White makes this probing move, asking which side Black will defend from. If Black plays here, then this is Sente. This is Sente. And we can break Black's shape. This is a huge success. That's why in the game, Takagawa defended from the other side. And I think we can offer our listeners to find the next move. Where would you play? White's turn. Next comes the Sun invasion. Black has to cut, and if a few moves back, White had an extremely weak group at the top. Now after this Hane and getting a Panuki in Sente, White's group is noticeably stronger. plus white keeps the initiative, and can continue to play this extension. And in the future, white can still attach and save those stones. This is an example of an extremely successful Yosemiru. White has both stabilized the group and made a connection. And the black territory has been reduced. Next, speaking of simple Yosemiru, let me show you a snippet from a game played on the Fox server. This is a popular Chinese server. White is an AI that is a computer program that gives professionals 3, sometimes even 4 stones of handicap, and black is one of the 9 duns. This is a high Chinese opening. White invades, and in response to this move, books recommend to play a simple Hane, and make Sabaki this way. But the program decided to go for the Avalanche Joseki. We will now look at complex variations here. In the game, black decided to simplify the position as much as possible. Instead of all complex variations, just take some territory. Black got some points, and it seems that black has decent territory here. And white gets a wall in return, which is still unstable and can even get under attack. This is for now something between a wall and a weak group. White's turn, what probing move would you play? In the game, the program played a cut. That's a probe, asking again, how will black take this stone? If black captures it from this side, then white can play this block for free. Black captures, white makes a base, white is happy. If black plays from the other side, as they did in the game, then this is Sente. This is Sente. And we ask again, which side will black defend from? If black plays from this side, then with this Atari, white can build a powerful shape on the outside, threatening with all kinds of cuts. Black's shape turns out to be rather thin, and if black is in the game defends on the other side, then we extend, and this block becomes Sente. In the game, black had to add a move, and white could make a base here, strengthening the group as much as possible. If black had not defended and had played elsewhere, then this is Sente, and after this move, white wins the capturing race. 2 liberties against 3, and it seems that it's good for black, but because of the shortage of liberties, black can't win this. So this is an example of a Yosemiru cut that gives white a Sente block or Sente moves on the outside. Next, I will show you an example from an old-fashioned Joseki. Not so popular in our time. Simple idea with a probing move for white. In the upper left corner, try to find it yourself. In the game, white played here. We cut and ask how black will react. In this case, black has only 2 answers. Black can play Atari either from this side or from this side. We watch how black responds, and depending on their answer, we choose our next strategy. That is, if black plays from this side, then white always has a Sente move here. And it means that white's cutting point is gone, and this is a big success for white. White is clearly happy. White would simply leave this position just like this. Play elsewhere, for example, play an approach. In the game, in response to this cut, black played from the other side. White doesn't have the Sente move anymore. But the value of this blocking has increased. What is the difference? The difference is that here white had an additional Sente move from this side. Black has to capture, and it turns out that white made this exchange completely for free. And if there were no exchange, imagine that the position would be like this, then black would have blocked here, and there is no need to play inside. This is a classic probing move. Cut and ask what black is going to do. And we decide for ourselves how important this blocking will be. That is, if black plays from this side, then blocking is no longer very important because white has to no follow-up. And if black plays from this side, then this is a much more valuable move, and the Hane will be free, a Sente bonus for white.
By the way, you can also watch these lessons on our platform, gomagic.org. Except there, you'll watch them with interactive quizzes right within the lessons and practical exercises right after them. And if you enjoy watching these Go videos and you don't want to miss others like this one, go smash that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and this is Go Magic.